I hope you are all having a wonderful season, a winter, wherever that may be for you, and getting out a lot and enjoying being out in nature and getting some great shots. All right, today I've got this lovely little Song Sparrow in a heavy, fresh snowfall. It was one of the best snowfalls I've ever gone out and photographed in southern New Jersey. But the shot is pretty blah to begin with here. I didn't nail the exposure right out of camera, but I think it's got potential. Before we jump into this real-time edit, I just want to give a quick plug to everything that I share on my website, rayhennessy.com. It's the best place to go and check out everything new. So every single day I have new images, sometimes multiple times throughout the week. I have new videos going up. I've got a ton of video content, behind the scenes, the Wild Conversation show, a bunch of other live shows that I'm doing, the photographer's favorite show, just wildlife clips, and of course the real-time edits, which is what you're watching right now. Definitely tune into the live show stuff. I've got Ask Me Anything episodes coming up, and the Wild Conversation show with Brad, Emily, Jess, and Jamin. And then also this Space Coast virtual photography experience I'm a part of as well, which I think will probably be done by the time this video comes out, unfortunately. So I'm a little late on that plug. But in any case, tons of video content on the website. And then, of course, there's always all the workshop stuff I have, the workshops you can join me in person, the mentorship programs, and all the online content that I have as well. So lots of stuff to find at rayhennessy.com. And listen, to keep me being able to do these real-time edit videos and all the other video content, the best thing you can do for me is to just share it with all your photographer friends and let them know that all this stuff is here to watch for free, except for the online workshops and stuff like that. Those are paid for. But all the content, the video content that's on YouTube and my website, all of that is free. So with that, let's jump right back into this real-time edit. All right, I got this lovely Song Sparrow. And these birds are so underrated too. I love their song, and they just sound so great. So first thing I'm going to do is just crop off that distracting heavy branch on the right, as well as that one on the top corner. I think that's about it on the crop. I don't want to lose too much more because, in fact, yeah, I'm going to leave all that. I love all the snow in this. So I'm going to leave this crop as loose as I possibly can. All right, so the image, I didn't expose it up properly to begin with. I did 2/3 positive exposure compensation, but that was obviously not enough. I want this snow to be white, but not blown out, whereas at first it was gray. So anyway, going to lift the shadows, blacks back down for contrast. Also going to warm it up a little bit, and it's going a little magenta, so I'm going to push a little bit of green in there. I think that'll should about do it, yeah. And then I'm just going to bump some saturation on this one. Let's see. This is one of those ones where it's really tough for me to figure out the exact color I want. I don't want to go too warm with the snow or too green or anything. So I'm actually going to take just a quick second here to look out my window and just look around my office and take my eye off the screen. So yeah, I'm just going to take a minute and watch this snowfall. It's actually snowing right now, but it's kind of like an ugly mess of snow and rain. So I'm not going to go out and shoot in that, at least not now. All right, eyes coming back to the screen, and still looks a little bit blue to me. So I'm just going to shift the white balance a little bit warmer, and I think that's pretty good right there. I am not an edit by the numbers kind of guy for the most part. So I could I could grab, let me go back to the Lightroom here. I could grab the eyedropper here, the white balance eyedropper, click it right on the bird, and then it gives me that. Now, this white is technically neutral, or I could click it on the snow back here and get that white technically neutral. This I don't mind, but this on the bird was too kind of magenta back here. And then where I'm at here, well, now that I click back and forth on that, I think actually I do like this, but just a click or two cooler. So I start there, and then I'm going to shift the white balance cooler a little bit. So let me actually close that one. And yeah, so that was actually a good starting point. But in general, I don't really care if the numbers are perfect or not. I'm usually a little bit more of a visual editor. So yeah, let's jump into Photoshop on this one now. We have a pretty good starting point. All right. First things that are distracting to me, this clump up here, I'm just going to kind of clone that out. It's just that dark spot up there. It was grabbing attention. These branches down here, just going to make them look like they have a little bit of some foreground something kind of blocking them. And same with kind of this stuff over here. I don't want to get rid of it, but I do want to make it look like there is something just kind of in front of them and obscuring it. And I'm probably going to go a little bit further than I need to, and then kind of bring them back with a layer mask is my goal right there. So I think that's good. I'm going to add the layer mask and then just kind of decide where I want that fade to be. Something like that seems good. And then maybe I'll hit this spot right there a little bit. All right, that's a good start. I'm just going to do some dodging now, just kind of lighten around the bird itself. And then I really want the head and the eye to kind of show a little bit better here. The head overall is doing pretty good, but let's see if we can get a little catch light action going on in here. All right, some of that lightning I had done probably right there, yep, is making the overall eye too light. So I'll head back in and get rid of that effect everywhere but the catch light. And there we go. Now we actually have an eye that we can see in there. So from that to that. All right, the overall dodge I think was just a bit heavy here, so I'm just going to back off of that a little bit, which means I now can punch up that catch light even more. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. All right, good. I do want to also add a little bit of this dodging to just some of these areas back here to just kind of, I really want this image to be just kind of like a real light snowscape feel to it. But I do want to see the difference between some of these branches and the snowy areas. So I don't want to just come in and just kind of like wash it out like that. Like it just is too kind of overexposed and just blown out. So that's not what I'm looking to do here. What I am looking to do is kind of lighten up everything in certain areas here and get it to have like a nice light airy feel, but still have detail and separation. Like I still want to see the difference between the snow and that area in the background and how it's gathered up on all these branches and stuff like that. So that's an important part of this for me. Also looks like there's a little bit of an out of focus branch coming through the foreground there, which I didn't notice before. So let's see if we can kind of clean that up along the areas that should be darker there. There we go. Don't worry, Song Sparrow, I'll bring your awesome pattern back. There we go. Nice. That looks better. Cool. All right. I think that's about it. Just seeing this one little spot right there. I'm just going to accidentally duplicate. There we go. Clone that out. Before or after. Oh, yeah. So much better. All right, let's get this saved. We'll head back into Lightroom, compare that to the original. We're going to see a pretty significant difference on this one. Number one, just because of how much I lightened the image overall, because the original was a good bit underexposed. The original was a good bit off on the white balance. Yeah, you can see. And had some distracting branches. But a gorgeous snow scene in the end. And what are we at here? Yeah, 8 minutes. And, you know, a good couple of those minutes were me just talking. So a big difference in the image in probably like a 5 or 6 minute edit here. There's the final image. Thank you so much for following along on these real-time edits. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you learn a lot from them. If you do want to learn more about exactly how I do this, head on over to the website like I talked about in the beginning. And the best thing you can do is I have the online Lightroom for wildlife photography course, or you can do an online remote session with me and I will walk you through step by step how I did everything I just did in this video, as well as answer any questions you have. Thanks so much. Share this with your friends. I'll see you on the next one.